All right, now we're turning to Muscatine, where dozens of businesses and residents are still in limbo. This is the scene in Muscatine right now. About an hour ago, volunteers and the Louisa-Muscatine Disaster Coalition began gathering to take belongings out of the evacuated downtown buildings. It's been about a week and a half since a stretch of buildings on 2nd Street were evacuated due to structural concerns. And if you want to help, they do still need volunteers tomorrow to help residents gather their belongings. Earlier today, we spoke with the coalition about their work in both counties and how the community is rallying around downtown Muscatine right now. All right, Chris Jasper here, Director of Emergency Management in Muscatine County and also a member of the Louisa-Muscatine Disaster Coalition. Chris, thank you so much for your time today. I know you're busy. Can we start with the coalition? I mean, it's been around for about 16 years. It took a few years off, but it really started picking back up again over the last 2 years. So what is the coalition?
So it's actually it's a COAD or VOAD, which is community organizations or volunteer organizations active in disaster. And so it's a group of individuals or organizations that come together to discuss disaster plans and so forth, so that if we have a disaster, they can all come together and respond and use the appropriate resources with their organizations to help with the disaster. So as you can imagine, here in Muscatine County, as well as Louisa County, where our emergency management offices are one person. So it's kind of, if I'm busy with stuff, I can make one phone call, activate the coalition, and they take a whole lot of stuff off my plate.
And what are some examples of some things in both counties or situations where you guys would respond? Like, are we talking tornadoes, house fires, things like that?
Any sort of natural disaster, so floods, tornadoes, derecho, this kind of incident that we have currently going on in Muscatine with our building situation, really kind of anything where we need a plethora of organizations together to help our community.
We're looking at some footage right now, and we'll pop that back up in just a second, of the evacuations and what the situation looks like in downtown Muscatine. When the evacuation orders came out, what were some of the conversations that the coalition was having?
Unfortunately, because of the uniqueness of this situation, we were kind of limited on some resources we could get from some of our federal and state partners. So we immediately knew that we had people that wanted to donate and we had people that needed assistance. And so the coalition immediately went into action and started accepting those donations. We started divvying out those donations to tenants, businesses. So far, I think we've paid for several nights hotel rooms for a bunch of the tenants. We've also issued Hy-Vee and Fairway and Walmart gift cards to folks who, they may have spent their savings on a deposit on a new apartment. And then I know of one individual that then didn't have money for food. So we were able to get them several $100s in Hy-Vee gift cards to go purchase food so they could continue living. And so we just decided to move with it. And here we are, dispersing thousands of dollars in funds to those individuals.
Well, Chris, you and I, in transparency, we're talking earlier in the day. This is recorded earlier. It's going to air today at 4 o'clock. So it hasn't happened just yet, but this afternoon, you guys are going to start moving stuff out of these buildings for residents. What are you going to be doing? Why is it so important, and how can people help out?
So luckily, the structural engineer that's been going through some of these buildings has given permission for some tenants to go in and get some personal belongings with limitations. We can only have so many individuals in a building at a time in every other building. And so it's taking some coordination with the Disaster Coalition as well as the City Housing Department. But we're going to have volunteers there assisting folks trying to get items out of their house or apartments, as well as the businesses moving. Anyone that still wants to volunteer, United Way of Muscatine is accepting a volunteer list. We're going to have folks there handing out bottles of, obviously it's hot, so handing out bottles of water, bottles of Squencher sports drink, as well as the Squencher frozen lollipops. So anybody that wants to still assist can reach out to the United Way of Muscatine. We're going to be doing it today and tomorrow.
Chris, I know you got a lot going on right now. I'm so appreciative for your time, and our hearts are with you guys right now. Thank you so much for doing this with us.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it, and thanks for getting the word out.
If you guys at home are interested in learning more about this story, in donating or in volunteering, you can head over to WQAD.com and click on the As Seen on TV tab at the top of the homepage.